The best of the best series moves on, and we're talking Arch, baby. We're going to do the best Arch garrisons for both Cavalry and Infantry right here. And we're going to talk about how Arch is made, because it's made to punish the swarmers. So stick around while we go through another episode of the best of the best.
Rallies lit up, marching right from the zone to the zone. I stay in control. Man of the people, all heart, no roll, no script, no throne, just rhythm and fire. Built for the push, never gonna tire. You feel that burn, and you already know we're locked in deep. This is Chatsky mode. This is Chatsky mode.
Hey everybody, I'm your boy War Daddy Chatsky. I do videos and content all the time, like consistently. And if you enjoy these types of videos, give them a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so. It does not cost you anything. And if you haven't hit that bell, go ahead and hit that if you want to get alerts when I do content like this. And we are rolling along the best of the best series, okay? This is a lot of fun as we put out the APB to the whole community. We want to know who's got the best Arch stuff. And honestly, all the garrisons, all the different criterias that we do, you guys know all about it. We've already done Pincer for the infantry garrisons. We've already done Delta for the cavalry garrisons. Now we're doing Arch. Arch is known for one thing and one thing only. It punishes swarmers. And in today's game, swarming is the meta. So you might as well have the meta garrison. And so with that, we have the new commanders that we've talked about. And we got David on the Cav side. Of course, we've got Tokugawa and Hector to help with the infantry side. Also, Hector is used for Cavs. So with that being said, here is the criteria. Just a little bit of a reminder or refresher. We're using Davor's system. You'll be able to see Davor's toolbox link down in the description. He's got all kinds of tools for different ways to be able to collect data, put it all together, and he's got an interface here that goes with the way you can rate the garrisons. And for you kingdom leaders, Davor's tool is amazing, because you can go in here and put all of your rally and garrison commanders in here, and you can get scores and how they work out. And so that is how we do it. That's how we score this thing. Everybody knows that. You can even do it yourself. So with that being said, we are going to talk about the infantry Arch garrison first. Okay, this is very particular because a lot of players moved their stuff to Delta, or I'm sorry, to Pincer. So a lot of infantry players who had Arch now move all their stuff over here to Pincer. Okay, and with that, Arch is still the king when it comes to swarms, and that's what makes this thing really good. Now, the way we did the breakdown or the rating is by doing it against a rally, okay? But we also got some special recognition and enhanced scores with the swarm capabilities that people have. So if you have Greatest Glory and Book of Vengeance, you're able to get highlighted in this as well. So with that being said, this is scored against the rally. Let's talk about this. Here is the list. You guys ready? There it is. Best Arch infantry garrisons that we found, okay? You've got guys in here that really know how to garrison and garrison very well. You've got Dang in 3303. He's got a really good setup, obviously got the gear, and is needing to work on his armaments. You've got Mori, obviously, the king of 2293, big KVK win that they just had. Now, Mori's special, and I'll get to him in a second, because he specializes in anti-swarm, okay? You also have Ediati. He's in 3239, scored really high. Puppet Master in 1079. Of course, Elizabeth and those guys know him really well. Warfare, my guy in 3303. And then there you go. Sasuke clocks in very, very high in 2293. And you've got Christy the second. Christy is in 1184. Then our boy Hooksy. How about that? 1591. Mild DG is in 1660. And then Algebra, okay? Algebra's in 1592. Let me just clarify that for you because I don't have it on here. But Algebra was tops, just like Maximus on the Pincer. Algebra was tops in the best Arch rallies, okay? So he just enhanced his armaments. You can see his armament score off the charts. We'll get into that here in a second, but we'll go through the top 5. But before we do, I want to show you Maury's setup. Okay, this is what we're talking about with Maury. Now, Maury is known for being an anti-swarm type of garrison, type of player. He literally has a lot of his garrison players. You'll see it with Sasuke. Nips is the same way. You've got all kinds of different Humbles the same way. You got all kinds of different players in 2293 that love to run Greatest Glory, and honestly will have the book as well, because they play. You want to go swarm 2293 garrisons? Be my guest. They've taken it from the best. I was in the kingdom when they fought 960, and 960 in zone 5, they weren't sending him any more troops to die on those flags. So and that was in a zone 5. And so really it's a situation to where it is hard to swarm these guys, and Maury's the king of it. As you can see, he's got the ring and the Greatest Glory. He's got the Book of Vengeance and the Greatest Glory, so he can switch them out. He's also got the infantry stuff and the leadership stuff, different ways to run that. Of course, he runs all 4 special inscriptions. He likes destructive because he likes it against the swarm. I don't like destructive. Obviously, it doesn't do as well as some of the other things you can do against the rally. He's also got robust with really good stats, and that is Maury kind of getting an honorable mention. Okay, your top 5, here we go. Christie in 1184. Let's go. Christie has got all 4 special inscriptions. The infantry attack sits up at 11.6, the defense at 9.9, the health at 9%, and the all damage at 1.5%. We also put in here that Christie also has the Book of Vengeance. Okay, now it's only tier 4. I'm sure they'll get it to tier 5 too, but against the rallies, Ringhorn, full decked out set. Can't get any better than the gear for Arch against the rallies. Okay, at number 4, you've got Sasuke. We were talking about our boy here. And really, when you think about this and you look at it, you're trying to figure out exactly how this thing plays out. I think sometimes when it comes to the Arch garrisons, and actually Sasuke clocks in at number 5. And apologies, Christie was number 4. As you can see here on the list, we've got Sasuke at 5, Christie at 4. So we had Maury. We talked about Christie. Let me talk about Sasuke real quick. And our boy Sasuke, where's he at? Let me just pull him up here, as I had a lot of his stuff put together. You can see he's got the book in the Greatest Glory and the ring in the Greatest Glory. Okay, now he also has tier 5 infantry boots and pants. So that's not what makes Sasuke great. He's got one of the best armament setups in the game. He opts out of the destructive, which is in the scroll slot, and he goes for pulverize and bellicose as a double in that scroll slot. Pulverize is fantastic, y'all. You want to have a double with any kind of arch formation or pincer formation? Let me show you. Pulverize, one of the best things you can have, okay? And one of the reasons why is it sits right here in the middle. It's only a 1-second buff, but it's a 20% bonus to all damage of normal, or 20% bonus to normal damage of all types. Okay, and so from that standpoint, it only has a 5-second cooldown. This thing fires off quite a lot. And so with that being said, it is wonderful to put behind your smite and your combo. Honestly, for Cavs, you'll see it in the combo side of things too. It is great to have that for your setup when it comes to combo and smite. And so pulverize, you can see that he's got doubles everywhere. Sasuke clocks in really, really high. Okay, and then in the number 3 spot, we've got Hooksy. Let's go, Hooksy. Hooksy from 1591. Of course, you can see here, he's also got a really good setup for anti-swarm with the Book of Vengeance, okay? And he runs 4 special inscriptions with an 11.6% on attack, 9.9% on defense, 9% health, and 1.5% all damage. Decked out gear, tier 5 everything. Hooksy is cooking in the 3rd spot. In the 2nd spot, Mile DG in 1660, okay? Now, Mile has all 4 special inscriptions. You can also see that he runs the book and the ring, and then I also took a little snapshot of his horn. So he's got it all. He can work against the rally, plus he can put the book on and crush swarmers. All right, and so he's got 4 special inscriptions with fit. That's an extra 3.5% health, and line shot. Now, line shot is a V formation inscription. However, it does give you 1% more normal damage, which is like all damage for this type of garrison. 11.3% attack, 9.9% defense, 8.5% health, and 1.6% all damage. So Miles clocks in at number 2. That's number 2. And now you're reigning 2-time champion of this event for rallies, now with garrisons. There's our boy Algebra in 1592. He goes with the 3 inscription setup. That's what I prefer. He's got maxed out gear, of course, but he adds ward, onslaught, and watchman to the special inscriptions, and the common inscriptions just busted good. Look at that attack. 13.2%, 13.4% defense, 6.5% health, and 3.5% all damage. Algebra against the rallies is our champion of the Arch Infantry garrisons. Okay, incredible. So with that being said, let's go on to our cavalry, baby. Now, cavalry Arch has now, not only with the rally, because Attila was running the rallies, but now with the garrison, Cavalry Arch is back in play, because now we've got David. And since we've got David, we can put him behind Attila. Guys, it's literally the best all-around garrison you can run. You got to have mono troop types, but if you can do that, you can run an Attila David garrison. It's fantastic. It eats the archers. Eats them, okay? Trades extremely well against the Attila Subutai, and even can trade positive against the infantry. Like, there's nothing that like obliterates it, like nothing beats it. You can get a crazy good infantry smite rally and it might trade better, but overall, and the beauty with this, especially with Arch, is that you have all the normal damage and counterattack and all damage that Attila does. Come on and try to swarm that thing. I'm just telling you. Me and Peace and Akina held a flag in Kingsland last KVK for 40 minutes on a swarm. 40 minutes. And we crushed it. Traded insanely well. And it was absolutely incredible against the swarm. So the Arch is back for the Cavs. Well, here's what we got, baby. Here's your top 10 Cavalry Arch garrisons. And this is versus the rally, but I'll have some honorable mentions in here as well when it comes to playing it against swarms with maybe the book or the greatest glory. We've got Insta in 2914. As you can see, his gear is way down, but look at his armament score. Like, all he's got to do is go get the gear, and he's going to be one of the top guys in this thing, all right? Nubby Sev is an 1184, clocks in at number 9. There's our boy Amthala. You guys see him all the time in my Discord. He's in 1568. I'll talk about him in a second because he's got a really good anti-swarm setup. You've also got Whitebeard, who's in 2724. I spent time with Whitebeard, obviously, and 2293 for some time. Loved joining his Attila rallies. Absolutely loved it. Then you've got Cali Cowboy, who you guys have seen many times on some of these lists in 1184. Then our boy Staffer in 2359 in the top 5. Then you got Sneaky, who's in 1981, of course. And then there she is, Mama Peace. You got to see her setup. It's incredible. Kith, who placed right behind me in the Arch Rally competition we had a few months ago, still clocks in at number 2. And then Andre in 2359. I know Andre extremely well. He and I were like Attila brothers. We, in a KVK, we were allied with 2377 back when he was in 2377. And he and I would double rally the pass that 365 had. And we would do it with Attila, Scipio, Emilianus. This is back before Subutai came in the game, and we wrecked things. It was Artifact KVK. It was a lot of fun. So I always knew Andre had a crazy good Attila set. So with that, we'll get into the top 5. But first, let's bring up Anthala. You can see he's got the anti-swarm setup, and he's got really, really good inscriptions. You can see that he does not subscribe to the destructive. Instead, he runs with phalanx. He's got 11.9% attack, 12.8% high rolls on the defense, 3.5% is a max roll on health, and then 4.4% all damage. With the greatest glory in the ring, I will get in his Attila Garrison every day of the week. Holy jeez. No wonder why he loves running Attila Achilles in the field. We all know that. All right. But at number 5, now let's get into the top 5. There's Staffer. Here's our boy. Staffer running without the destructive, which is great. He's got doubles. He's got all kinds of stuff, maxed out gear. His cavalry attack is 10%, defense 12.2%, cavalry health 6.8%, and all damage at 3.3%. Okay, he runs calm and enraged, which is good. And with that, he is cooking in 2359. I absolutely love joining his rallies or garrisons anytime he throws those up in 2359. That's where my second account is. Absolutely love that. Okay, and number 4 spot, Sneaky Shin. Let's go. 1981. He's got all 4 specials. Okay, destructive is not necessarily the worst thing ever when it comes to the facing off against the swarms, but you can find better things. As we've talked about, I've had many videos about it. Everybody who knows me knows that I am not a subscriber of destructive. It's actually counterproductive, but he overcomes it with some of these stats. Of course, he's got decked out gear, 11.3% attack, 11.5% defense, 8.6% health, and 1.8% all damage for our boy Sneaky. Okay, then at number 3, there she is, Peace. Now she converted this because she had crazy Delta stuff, and she converted this over to Arch, and it went bananas. Fearless, invincible, straight to the point, and she has a pulverized, what we talked about, pulverized and enraged double in that scroll slot. Just crazy. Her rolls, she's working on them. She has to do like both. Like she's got Delta and she's got Arch. So she's at 11.8% on her attack, 11.7% on her defense, 10% on her health. Those are very high rolls for somebody who's got 1.7% all damage. So there she is with that great double inscription she has, and that's Peace in 1606. Okay, going on to number 2, Kif, my boy. Kif, you are bridesmaid one more time. You're number 2. I love the fearless, invincible, straight to the point. Also, Onslaught, Robust, Spirited. Great doubles. Onslaught and Robust in the scroll slot. Spirited up with straight to the point in the instrument slot. Maxed out gear. 11.3% attack, 10.6% defense, 3% health, and 5.3% all damage. It doesn't get much better. There's only one guy I've seen that's better on this list, and that's our boy Andre. Andre just crushes it again for 2359. 2359's got some Cav guys, I'm just telling you. Okay, and now that Makote's there with Kyrian and Mars and all them, just crazy what they've been able to build. So there you go. There's his Arch setup. 4 specials with Warcry. Also 11.9% attack, 10.3% defense, 5.4% health, and 3.7% all damage. Just crazy good numbers for our boy Andre. And then you can see obviously the total scores here. He didn't win by much, like 2 points. It wasn't that much. So with that being said, that rounds it out as your best Cav Arch Garrisons. A lot of people will ask me, Chatsky, where would you have placed on this deal? I've got some kind of insane stuff with insane rolls. I would have been in first. I'm out of this competition. I'm the one doing it. So we're going to give the mantle to Andre. We'll get him a part of our 300 club. That's what he wins for being a part of that. Also, he gets that cool artwork that he gets from our boy Crack. And so there's your infantry garrisons. Just great list of players there. There's your Cav Garrisons. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. Love everybody. We'll get out of here on this one. When we resume, we will talk about the archers, and then we'll talk about the leadership, because the leadership's going to get pretty nuts. We finally get to highlight the best leadership garrisons in the game. We already know a handful of them, but more of them were nominated. Hundreds of nominations all across the spectrum collectively. It was just crazy. So, like I said, you enjoy this video, throw a thumbs up on here, give it a like. And with all that being said, we love you, broskies. Have a great day.